Hello and welcome back to another Cloudisms video. Now I'm really excited to show you guys this Arc 3.0 Warlock build. It is so strong and I don't feel like anybody is going to be talking about it. I'm going to try to keep this as brief as I can. There's just so much to talk about, so I know this is going to be a long intro. Check the timestamps if you do just want to see the gameplay, but we're going to go as in-depth here as we can just because there's a lot of moving pieces and parts going on here. So the absolute centerpiece to this build is going to be one of two things, either the dead weight shotgun or the delicate tomb. Either of these will slot in perfectly with this build, and delicate tomb is amazing if you didn't know. So definitely try it out if you haven't already. It's going to feel so good on Arc Warlock. But the highlight today is dead weight. This is the Gambit shotgun, so you will have to suffer in Gambit if you do want to get a nice roll of this. I'd suggest just waiting till double XP weekend rolls around for Gambits and just farming it out. I did that when it recently came around. While I was on vacation, I was playing Gambit, just farming this weapon. So we did get a very nice roll, and there's a couple different rolls that will fit perfectly. The only slot you really need is Subsistence here. So Subsistence is going to feel amazing on this shotgun, and for what we're trying to do here. You'll see why in the gameplay, and also Golden Tricorn is another perk that I would absolutely try to get on this weapon. You are going to get a nice 50% damage buff, that is the highest in the game, whenever you get a shotgun kill followed by a grenade or melee kill. It's incredible. I do have a handling masterwork on here, which I'm really happy with. It just makes this weapon feel even more snappy than it already does. I am poor on materials, so I can't quite upgrade it, but that's neither here nor there. And there's just so many reasons why this weapon is so perfect for this build. Another reason is the rapid fire frame. You get the awesome benefit of full auto, as well as, incredibly important, the deeper ammo reserves. You're going to get a ton of ammo on the shotgun without even a reserve mod. And it's also arc, so it's just the perfect weapon to pair with a build like this. Now, the other shotguns that I would recommend, or the other roles on the shotgun, are Demolitionist or Adrenaline Junkie, and I think you can get Swash. I think you can get the new melee perk that I don't remember the name of, but Demo is going to feel awesome on the shotgun, especially with Verity's Brow. So if you are lucky enough to get a sub-demo roll, throw on Verity's Brow rather than Sunstar here, and you're going to be in love with it. So that's the weapon choice here. The other two don't really matter. You can slot whatever you'd like. A chill clip weapon, a wither horde, anything really. For the heavy, I just have a hot head on just because we are using Font of Might, so this feels really good. Okay, so that's the weapons. The subclass here is super particular and synergized. So the first three fragments are essential. You need Spark of Shock to jolt with your grenade. You absolutely want Spark of Resistance to get that damage resistance when you're surrounded, which you want to be with this build. And you also definitely want Arc Weapon Final Blows, give you an Ionic Trace. Now, if you are going to use Spark of Beacons, you don't technically need this because with Electrostatic Mind, when targets are blinded and you defeat them, it's going to spawn an Ionic Trace. So if you are using Spark of Beacons, don't worry about slotting Spark of Discharge, but if you would rather slot Spark of Magnitude here to give your Pulse Grenades 2 more seconds, definitely slot Spark of Magnitude and keep on Spark of Discharge. So to summarize, either use this setup right here or use, what is it? Brain fart. Use this setup right here with this. I actually like to play with, let me find it, this, with this, with the blinding, just because I think it's really fun and it looks hilarious. So I probably would be better off playing, you know what, actually we're just going to switch it right now. I'm so indecisive about Spark of Magnitude and Spark of Focus, but we'll slot it out for this particular showcase. So you absolutely want Pulse Grenade. It's going to be amazing for chunking down champions or any high health target that you run into, because you don't really need a Storm Grenade. Your ad clear is already going to be amazing with your shotgun and your abilities, so you don't technically need a Storm Grenade here. Arc Souls are fantastic for this build, and there's a couple reasons for that. Number one, they just do awesome damage to bosses and other damage encounters. It'll help your teammates out a ton, and they do amazing damage. This is one of the most slept on fragments in the game, or aspects, excuse me. I don't know why nobody is using this. Anyways, The other benefit you're going to get from the Arc Souls is that they're going to be making a ton of ability energy for you. If you didn't know, Arc Souls will be creating ionic traces, and thanks to our exotic, those traces are going to be fueling you with so much, so much ability energy. So that's going to be amazing. It's also going to help out with clearing out ads if you ever do run out of ammo. Electrostatic Mind is going to be spawning a ton of traces. Again, if you kill blinded or jolted enemies, it spawns a guaranteed ionic trace, and the ionic traces make you amplified. So that's awesome. That's a subclass. Again, this is a super long intro, but the exotic is the Fallen Sunstar. If you haven't heard of this already, it just makes the ionic traces go faster, and they grant you an even bigger chunk of ability energy, and they help your teammates gain ability energy when they are near you. And you collect a trace, that is. So we are using ashes to assets, and that's because we're using special finisher here. Harmonic Siphon is going to be really good because it's going to be spawning orbs all the time just from using your shotgun. We need elemental charge here because we're using heavy-handed. Talk about that in a second. On the gloves, you definitely want to make these void and put on 2 bolstering detonations. This is going to allow your grenades to give you pretty much almost all of your rift back if it's a good grenade placement, and you want to be spamming your rift as much as humanly possible. We've got a Font of Might on to make our shotgun damage even higher than it already will be. In our chest piece, we got heavy-handed. Now, the main reason we slotted this is for the blue text, but the normal perk for this is also incredible. You're going to be getting half of your melee charge back whenever you use it while you are charged with lights. And thanks to our Fallen Sunstar and the melee Willmaker we're running, you'll actually get about 90% of it back. So it's incredible how much uptime you're going to have on your melee ability. Arc resistance is mandatory here just to proc the blue text, and you can slot whatever resist you'd like for whatever activity you're doing. Now on the boots, I would recommend to make these solar. I just have them void because I'm testing another build right now. And definitely slot recuperation here, or if you are running void, better already. That's just going to allow your orbs that you're generating all the time to be healing you. Now you are going to want a shotgun scavenger here, just so you can be spamming as much shotgun as possible. And you're going to have to decide here, if you would rather want a melee Wellmaker or elemental armaments. Either of these are going to be amazing for this build. If you want the guaranteed consistency of melee Wellmaker, slot that one. If you'd rather have the just high uptime on Font of Might, and you don't have to think too much about it, run elemental armaments here. On the bonds, this is again another thing that you could swap out for elemental armaments. I'm using Seeking Wells just because I like the consistency of not having to think about walking over to the enemies I just killed. Since we have ionic traces, it feels a little bad to have to run to enemies when everything else is already flying at you, right? So I typically run Seeking Wells here. However, Well of Ions would also be another amazing slot in, since you're getting so much melee energy, right? We are using Outreach. This will just allow you to get that last little bit of melee energy back. However, in the current season, there is a fantastic mod called Bad Amplitude. And if you're running in a team setting or if you're fighting champions at all, 100% slot this in. And the reason for that is Arc Souls, and I cannot stress this enough, Arc Souls are going to proc this perk. You're going to jolt every champion you see whenever you have Arc Souls up, and it's going to make your team very happy with how much damage they're going to be outputting. Finally, a very important piece to this puzzle here is going to be this special finisher. It uses 1/3 of your super, and it generates a special brick for you. So, and it's for your whole fire team. So that's going to be great for team play and also great for just selfish, I need ammo moments. That about sums up the build. I do have a hothead on just for DPS whenever I need it. And like I said, this could be whatever. So let's jump into the gameplay. I'm going to show off the standard Cosmodrome Lost Sector, and then we'll do some master content as well. All right, so here we are in the classic build testing Lost Sector that everyone's familiar with. So I'll just show off the general playstyle for this build. Now, most of it's going to be having your shotgun out. I'm just starting with the hand cannon so we can get a couple of these enemies out. What I like to do is get in close to enemies and put my rift down. And then what I do is get a shotgun kill and then a melee kill, pick up the well, go shotgun like crazy, throw a grenade if I want to. As you can see, my golden tricorn is procced. It's got ×2. And whenever I get an ability kill, it's going to refresh the ×2. Unfortunately, Arcbody's killing everybody for me right now. But you know, it's totally alright. We don't have to have tricorn ×2 up at all times. But it is nice when we have it. So you can see we've got ×2 right now. And we can just kind of start melting through these enemies. We're going to be one-shotting all of these yellow bars if we're up close to them. See that servitor just, or that shank just went down instantly. And we're not using too much of our ammo here, because if we're ever surrounded, all of our kills are going to be free ammo, basically. And I'll try to show that off here in a moment. Let's just clear this doorway real quick. Also, Arc Souls are so good for making you ability energy. Every single kill has a chance to drop an Ionic Trace. I think there's an internal cooldown on it. It would be guaranteed every kill if there wasn't that cooldown. And unfortunately, they don't proc Tricorn, but they're going to be cleaning up all of the ads for you. You don't want a shotgun. And the thing with Tricorn, and I'm going to do another run through of this Lost Sector, is that you cannot switch off of your weapon or you lose... How did I miss both those shots? Or you'll lose both of your Tricorn procs. So I only have Tricorn ×1 on. You can see I now have 2. I'm doing crazy damage with it. I switch to my rocket to do some damage and switch back on. So that's pretty lame. But that's just something you gotta plan around. So that's why the Arc Buddies are here. They're just gonna help you with if you ever need to do a finisher. Obviously in this content, everything's gonna get one shot by the Arc Buddies. But if you're ever doing master content and you need to get a finisher off or some more ammo, they're going to weaken them for you, so you don't have to use all of your shotgun shots. Also, the blinding effect isn't super necessary in low tier content. You'd be better off just putting on the extended duration on your grenade. However, I just keep it on just because I never know what content I'm going to be, and I don't really want to be switching my loadout around all that often. It also feels really satisfying seeing that explosion. That's like one of the main reasons I use Firefly and Dragonfly and all that. It's just because it feels very satisfying to get kills with it. But yeah, I just leave it on forever. This time I'm going to try to show off Tricorn a little bit more, hopefully. So we get a kill with the melee, and we've got ×2. We also got pretty much our entire melee back thanks to heavy-handed. We get another kill with an ability. We get ×2 again. It'll just refresh it, basically. Now, weapon kills aren't refreshing Tricorn. It's only ability. And as you can see, we can just delete absolutely everything here. Now, I also recommend experimenting with an ammo finder and seeing if you like it. I personally have been just fine with, letting the Arc Buddies do the work for me and then just going for finishers whenever I can. You don't super need Chaos Reach in this current meta or sandbox. It's not doing a ton of damage unless you're on this current season and you can use the mod that adds more damage to it. Yeah, I wanted that grenade to go further so I can proc the Tricorn on the enemies. Oh, we've got it now, and I think we'll just let Arc Buddies clear out this doorway. As you can see, we're kind of flying through all of these low tier ads with no issues whatsoever. Arc Buddy will generate all of the ability energy we could ever want. Thanks to our helmet, we're going to be absolutely loaded on ability energy. We're just getting so many Ionic Traces out of these guys, and we're not doing anything. We're just standing still. So this is going to be really helpful for your team as well. Need to get some more ammo there. And try to land the rocket without tracking. Hey, that was great. And yeah, that's the build. Hopefully, I showed it off well. We are going to do some master content next, just to see how it works in there. It is still very, very strong. And honestly, that's where I typically will use this build. It's just really annoying to work around Tricorn in master content where you have to, especially solo, where you have to be switching off on occasion to stun enemies. But thankfully, Tricorn will give you enough damage to where you can just kill a barrier instantly, or this season we have overload grenades, so you can just insta-kill them with your grenade, But yeah, that's just something you'll have to work around if you want to play with Tricorn. It's just an unfortunate side effect of it. Anyways, let's jump over to the master content and we can show this off. Okay, so I figured the best thing we can do to test this build is run some Lost Sectors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this Lost Sector twice. I'm going to run it once with Fallen Sunstar on, and again with Verity's Brow, just so we can see how they stack up against each other. Obviously, one's going to have more damage, and the other's going to have more ability regen. So for this Lost Sector, unfortunately, everything is going to be working against us here. Arachno is on, so there's going to be a ton of spider webs at our feet, which is very annoying for a close range build. The champs here are Barrier and Overload, which again is really unfortunate because we have an unstoppable shotgun if we need it. There's Famine on, so we get less ammo. Match game, of course. There is a 50% solar burn on, so unfortunately we cannot take advantage of that. And there's also solar and void shields in here, so pretty much nothing here is going to be helping us. It'll really highlight how good this build is, but unfortunately we're also going to be handicapped quite a bit here. So let's get started on the Law Sector, and I'll just show off what I have equipped specifically for the Law Sector. I do have a machine gun and a Wish Ender on, as well as Overload machine gun and Overload grenades with surge detonators. Stumbled over those words, but that's okay. So this is going to be the Sunstar run through, and I do have the blinding fragment on, so we'll try that out and see if it helps us at all. Alrighty, so the first thing I just wanted to mention before we get in here is how Golden Tricorn works. So unfortunately, and I really hope they patch this, if you switch off of your Golden Tricorn weapon, you will lose all of your stacks, which kind of makes Tricorn pretty bad, especially in champion-related activities, where you have to constantly be switching to get all your champion stuns. So that's really, really tough to work around from time to time, especially in something like this, where none of my abilities are, helping me against the champions. So yeah, that's a little unfortunate, but we can keep Golden Tricorn up a lot of the time with this build. Since we're gonna have so much ability energy, we can just keep on running through these enemies. And anytime we get a grenade or melee kill, while we have the Golden Tricorn ×2, we'll keep Golden Tricorns ×2. So you see, we absolutely chunked that guy. Even though we're on Master, we're doing so much damage that we can just run through some of these champs. So I do Tricorn ×2 up. I got my well. Let's try to chunk out this barrier, which we killed him in 4 shots and a grenade. Just keep in mind, Master again. I am at level, unfortunately, so it takes away from that kill a little bit. But we are still doing so much damage with our shotgun whenever we have that procced. When you compare it to Verity's, it is just like, it's so much harder to work with Golden Tricorn, compared to Verity's, obviously. But Tricorn can really, really do so much when you have it. Again, it's just having it that's quite annoying. So we'll try to kill this guy as fast as we can. Unfortunately, we're out of ammo, so we're going to try to finish him here. There we go. And we're going to get absolutely owned here by these little spider mines. I do need a little bit more ammo, so I'm going to try to proc an Arc Soul here to make us some more ammo. We'll just do that. Even better. Okay, so get a shotgun kill, and we're not going to have our abilities up, I don't think. There we go. So we throw our grenade here. Fortunately, the champs ran away. I'll see if I can just kill him through the healing with Golden Tricorn. No, not quite. The master healing is just a little bit too much in that scenario. Again, overloads are, they make it even more difficult with how they teleport around. You can't really expect your overload grenades to carry you with these specific enemies. Also, just try to get our grenade back with our machine gun here. There we go. We can jolt this guy and take him down with our shotty. Get a little bit more ammo off of him too. Thank you, good sir. You can see I can use my shotgun this whole time. As long as I'm timing my finishers well and landing good grenades, I'm going to be totally fine. So let's get Tricorn ×2 again. Try to grenade this guy. Okay, cool. And you can see he's just going to go down immediately. And I'm not taking too much damage here. So this is viable in Master content. As long as you're, blinding enemies in time. Please stop teleporting. Okay, we got Tricorn ×2 again. Please stand in this grenade. Oh, so annoying. We can still kill him extremely quickly. We'll put another rift down. Get some more arc buddies going. They are going to be making traces for us, so that's going to help us immensely. We can just shred through this guy's match game with no issues. We did only have 1 stack of Tricorn there too, so the damage there was really nice for what we had. I'm going to struggle a little bit with this boss just because I don't have any ammo. And I didn't proc Tricorn at all, so I might just have to heavy him down a little bit. and let these Arc Souls get me some more traces. And we'll even get some... Okay, I was going to say we'll get some finishers off there, but we will not be. I don't have my Rift, so this is a little risky. Let's just run in here like a madman. I think we'll just finish her. Okay, get him weak so we can finish him. And there's a ton of ammo now. So we need a shotgun kill and then an ability kill. Oh, that guy's got too much health. Fortunately, I didn't get my Rift off either. Please don't fall off the map. No. That's fine. We'll cut around it. Like it never even happened. I did switch over to Verity's Brow for this next test. And I'm also going to switch out the blinding shotgun here. It is still going to be good. But if we're going to be going into grenades, we definitely are going to want the extended duration here. This does add 2 seconds to our pulse grenade. So that's going to be a lot of damage when we're using Verities. You also might consider switching out Seeking Wells here for Elemental Ordnance or like a Bountiful Wells or something. Just because the extra damage that we're doing is going to result in a lot less other ability regen. So we're not going to have our melee as often. So having another Wellmaker would make this feel a lot more consistent. So that's what I am going to put on here. And we'll try out this Lost Sector once again. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about stacking around Golden Tricorn this time. We just have to get kills and throw our grenades. As easy as can be, right? Alrighty. So this build's going to be a lot more consistent. There isn't a lot of things that we need to balance all at once. We just kind of need to play normally and throw our grenades where necessary. So as you can see, we already have ×2. Let's just get ×5 before we try to grenade this guy. As you can see, doing a ton of damage with our grenade. I think if you get ×5, it's a 250% increase on your grenade damage, which obviously is huge. Let's try to melt this guy as we did with Tricorn. Yeah, no problem. So we're just tearing through everything, no issues so far. And ability regen's pretty good. We do have the Ionic Traces coming to us thanks to the Arc Souls, as well as our shotgun. Try to grenade this guy again. Please stand in that. Thank you, good sir. And you see he's going to go down very easily. I do not want to get a finisher here, so I'm going to let Arc Soul weaken one of these guys. And I don't think we have a third, so we cannot finish her again. Let's just keep going in. Try to one-shot this guy. Yeah, no problem. See, this is so consistent. Just because your death prones are pretty much always going to be off. Never have to worry about like losing it whenever you switch off or something like that. Which is amazing. Now, we do need to get another finisher, so we'll let Arc Buddy weaken somebody here. Thank you. And we don't have a third, so we cannot finish her again. This is where getting grenade kills is very important. So, because Ash's assets, as you can see, just with one kill, I got so much energy there. And I do want some more Arc Buddies, so I'm going to get some more traces going. And there's the Arc Buddies. Again, we need ammo, so we're going to have to finish here. And this wouldn't be so bad if we weren't running Master with these modifiers. We can't really stack death runs here. There's just not enough enemies that are unshielded, so we'll have to kill this guy normally. Just break the shield as you would, and just tear through everything. Yeah, this is super easy to run around with this shotgun. And Demolitionist makes it really nice because you never have to worry about reloading before a champ fight. You just throw your grenade and you're good. You also always have grenade energy when you need it. As you can see, honestly, this champ would definitely go down just to the grenade itself. We're going to have to stun this guy like a noob. And hopefully we have enough ammo for all of this. There we go. So we didn't get our grenade damage on that guy, but as you can see, we could still chunk him down really quickly with this shotgun. And that's why I'm using Major Spec, by the way, just so we can have the champ extra damage on it. Okay, so I don't have my Rift here, which I would like to, so I'm going to try to get a melee kill, and then maybe, yep, a shotgun kill gave me a trace as well. Now we're going to get a few shotgun kills here to proc death thrones, and then try to hit this champ. It's so hard to hit champs with grenades, but we got it. So we'll just chunk him down and finish. Hopefully, nope, yep, it counted as a finish, so we got some ammo. We get some more abilities by using our other abilities and getting shotgun kills. We do need another grenade, which we just got. Hopefully we hit this champ with it. Awesome, we did. And get another finish for some more ammo. So yeah, we're breezing through here, relative ease. We would like to have a little bit more ammo for the boss fights. So just try to finish her somebody. Nope. Our soul killed that guy completely, and that guy, and that guy. Okay. And the boss is going to be spawning. I don't know if I have death runs up. I don't think I do. So we'll just have to fight this guy. And try to play it a little safe here. I'm going to try to get another grenade with my machine gun. And hopefully chunk through some of these tankier ads. There's a champ over there. So our abilities are coming back pretty quick, thanks to demo. Let's try to get in close here. I would like to try to finish her this champ, just so we can get some more ammo. Please get close enough so your shield falls off. No? Okay. Well, this is awkward. This is where having the, while you're critical, getting your abilities faster would be nice. We are just going to try to rush that server over there now. Again, I don't have any shock. Oh, I just got some, but he's going to barrier before I can take him down. So we'll just kill him with a finisher. Some more ammo. And maybe when you're in a boss fight, prioritizing ammo over your super might not be the play. Like, a Chaos Reach would probably be doing me a lot more favors here than my shotgun ammo would be. I'd like to kill that Wretch, just so I can get the bonus damage that he drops. So if he would come over here, that would be awesome. That'll do. I would like to fight this guy with a rift, if possible. So I don't die. Don't shoot me in the back, please. Thank you. We got a rift. I'm just going to go drop it on his feet and try to shotgun him. And I will have demo at that time, I think. So we can get a clip in. And then grenade him. Reload our gun. And just chunk him down with the jolts. So yeah, we're kind of melting through him here. Doing a bunch of damage. We are going to have to walk away here just because our rifts ran out. We don't have our empowered arc buddies. Now, if we did get a shotgun kill, we probably would get a trace, so they would be empowered. So we're going to try to do that. Yep, there we go, but they are going to fall off. I would like another rift, so just getting grenade energy so I can chuck a rift at him. Or chuck a grenade at him, and it'll give me rift energy. As you can see, we're looking great. I can just super this guy off, and we're done. So the boss fight took a little bit longer there, unfortunately. I wasn't playing super well, but I feel like this is a good enough showcase of what you can accomplish with this build. Let's just lock this guy down so we can grenade him. Again, death runs. Whoops, I forgot those exploders are going to spawn. Death runs wasn't super easy to proc in that boss fight just because there wasn't a ton of easy ads that I could kill. It was just those, nightmare ads that are a bit chunkier than I would have wanted to go in and try to shotgun. So definitely just use all of my ammo instantly, right? But that's the Lost Sector. And that is the build. So strong. Lots of ability energy, especially when you have your grenade up, because your grenade's going to be refunding your rift whenever you do damage with it. The only thing you're going to have a little bit harder of a cooldown on is your melee. But thanks to heavy-handed, you're going to get a very nice bump on your melee regen with that. You are also generating wells. So the idea, I think, is when you get a ability kill with either a grenade or a melee, you'll get that well. And by that time, you should have, at least 75% of your melee back. So it feels really nice. So again, that was a 6 minutes Lost Sector. That's not the fastest by any means. But, our boss room was most of that, right? So that is the build. Hopefully that was a good showcase. Let me know if you guys enjoy this build. I think it's so much fun to just mess around with and, break the meta a little bit. So yeah, let me know if you're enjoying it, and thanks so much for watching. All right, peace.